Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about my ruck, why I chose this one, and why I've got it set up the way that I do. So, to start off, this is the Marine Corps issued main pack, and this is my favorite pack that I've used, maybe because it was issued to me, and so it's what I have the most experience using, but I've tried all kinds of different packs, whether that be the old school Alice packs, the tack tailored packs, or Mystery Ranch. And there's certainly things that I liked about those packs that I try to incorporate in the way that I set this one up, but this one has some features that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. So the thing you want to remember when you're packing your pack is that a tight pack is a light pack. So you want your pack to be as small and as tight as possible with all of the heavy items on the top of your pack. That way the majority of your weight is sitting on your back roughly in the same spot that you would put a barbell when you're doing back squats at the gym. So the first way I like to keep everything nice and tight up on my back is by utilizing this zipper compartment that's on the inside of the ruck. So if I don't need the full capacity of the ruck, I'll zip this up and this becomes the new floor. Meaning the first items that I pack inside my pack are gonna sit right here on top of this compartment, and everything that I pack on top of that is gonna sit higher up on my back. If I need to pack more stuff, I can unzip this and it gives me access to this entire bottom compartment of the pack. What I like to do is leave that zipper compartment zipped, and then this bottom compartment becomes my trash bag. So if we pack it in, we pack it out. As I eat my MREs and change socks and stuff like that, I put all of that trash in this bottom compartment. That way I know everything in the main compartment is still usable and I'm not leaving target indicators behind. So also, while we're on the inside of our pack right now, we've got this radio compartment right here. So man pack radio goes in this pouch, keeps it nice and high on your back, exactly where you want all of that weight to be. And then if you need to do any sort of troubleshooting on your radio or anything like that, you don't have to unclip the top flap of your ruck. You can just undo this zipper right here and you can access your radio right there. Do whatever you need to do, zip this back up. So another thing that I do to keep all the weight nice and high on my back, and this is actually an idea that I stole from the old school Alice packs, is I take these bottom straps and I clip them to the top flap of my ruck. So a lot of times you see people running their iso mat right here, and they use these bottom straps to clip right there and hold their iso mat on. I don't do that. So I've got this bottom compartment completely empty. I clip these to the top flap of my ruck. And then when I tighten these straps, you see it pulls all that weight from the bottom up higher on my back. And then these buckles right here, I just completely tighten all the way and tape it up so it's out of the way. So another thing I really like about this pack is these straps on the side. So like we said earlier, a tight pack is a light pack. And that doesn't just mean keeping all the weight high up on your back. It also means keeping your pack nice and small and condensed. So these straps on the side, buckle it, you can pull on this tab and it compresses everything nice and tight to your back. You've got one on the bottom and up here on the top. That's something that you don't really see in like the old school Alice packs or the tack tailor packs. One thing I've used with those is like running a bungee cord across the frame to keep everything nice and condensed, but I really like that this pack has buckles built into it that you can just pull on and adjust it as needed. So with that being said, I think one of the main advantages to this pack is all of the MOLLE space that you have all around the pack. I'm a huge fan of running external pouches for mission essential gear. That way I don't have to go digging through my pack every time I need something that's mission essential. The way that I set mine up is mimicking the tack tailor pouch. So I've got the Marine Corps issued hydration pouches on either side and the sustainment pouches right up here on the front. And then on the top, I have the Marine Corps admin pouch, and that's simulating the Claymore pouch from the tack tailor pack. A lot of times you see people MOLLE their e-tool to the MOLLE on the outside of their pack. I'm not against that, but knowing that I want to keep all of the weight high and tight on my back, the e-tool is like one of the heavier items that you're going to carry sometimes. So if at all possible, I like putting that actually inside my pack. That way I can get it nice and tight, like high up on my back. And then if I run out of space on the inside like main pocket, this sustainment pouch is big enough that you can fit your e-tool inside of it. So that's a really good option for still running your e-tool on the outside of your pack if you don't want to have to go digging through your pack every time you need your e-tool. But you didn't have to dedicate any MOLLE space to this can only carry an e-tool. Another thing I always do is run an S-clip right here that I clip my Nalgene into. That way, even if it falls out of this outside pocket, I'm not losing my water source. And then for my Camelback, I never actually run it inside the hydration pouch. I always keep it in my Haley Strategic flat pack. I just put my flat pack on top, underneath the top flap. I'll run the hose around. The top flap comes over the flat pack, buckles, and it keeps my flat pack in place with my Camelback inside of it. So the biggest downside to this pack is the plastic frame that comes with it. I've seen that plastic frame break countless times from carrying too much weight. So I did replace that frame with the tack Taylor frame. I've also ran the old school Alice frames on this pack with the T-bar going across. That's perfectly compatible with this pack, but I have also broken that frame from carrying too much weight. Never seen a tack Taylor frame break, so until that day comes, tack Taylor remains the gold standard for me in terms of ruck frames. So on this side of the pack, I'm running a little mat pouch right here that just velcros into the frame like this. It's the perfect size for things like Thules and GRGs. Keeps them nice, easily accessible, and out of the way. And then I'm also running this little pouch right here behind the kidney pad. It's made by Ordnance Tactical. Nice little zipper pocket, and I like to keep things like 550 cord and E-tape in there. And then on the top of the pack, I have a ghillie blanket that I tied onto the top bar of the ruck frame. It's held in place by a bungee cord. Whenever I need it, I just move that bungee cord out of the way. All right, unroll my blanket. Now my pack is nice and camouflaged. So all in all, that's my pack setup. If you guys have any questions or anything else you want to see, please let me know in the comments.